I'm going to share with you guys this awesome Sutefoto 100-Watt P100-Bi and why you guys might need this light. Check this out. What's up guys, my name is Myung from Camera to Freedom, and if you guys use your camera to take photos and videos so that way you could live the life of freedom, then click that like and subscribe and let's go. So for today's video, I'm going to share with you guys a video light from Sutefoto that's 100-watt battery powered. This is the only 100-watt light that I know of that is battery powered. I think there is one more that's out there that I see on Amazon, but that's about $350 and up. But this video light is 100-watt power and it runs off of 2 NP batteries. So you could plug this in right here, one on the side, and it takes 2, right? Because I mean, 100-watt power is too much for a battery to handle. So right now, there's a handful of 80-watt video lights. I even reviewed one recently that I really love. That is battery powered, right? 80 watts seems to be right now the technical limitations of what a battery can handle. So this one is 100-watt, but when you put your batteries on there, you actually will only get 80-watt, 80% of this light. If you plug it in, you get 100-watt. I have 150-watt that you have to plug in, but it does not run off a battery. And I do have the 80-watt light that is battery powered and also could plug in, but not as strong as 100-watt. I've been using this to shoot a lot of interview videos and weddings. Sometimes when in situations like in my interview videos, I plug it in when I can. So half the time I have a power outlet nearby, so I plug it in and now I have a 100-watt light that I can use on my subject. When you're shooting during daytime, you need a strong light to light your subject. I have a 60-watt light that just is okay, you know, during like in dim areas, right? But 100 watts seems to be just a perfect amount of power that you need to light your subject during the day. A lot of my shoots, I have to be mobile. Sometimes we're shooting outside, and when I do shoot outside, there is no power outlet, so I use my battery, and instead of putting a softbox, a big softbox on it, I put the dish that it comes with, and which amplifies your light. So then I will have a 80% light, and it will light my subject during the day. So I would make sure that my subject's back is where the sun is, so that the sun is kind of giving them the rim light, and this light is lighting up their shaded area. If you want to get that professional look, you definitely want to be using lights in your videos. So that's the balance about this light, right? You get the battery power that's 80-watt, and you get to be mobile, and you have the option to film in 100-watt light plugged in. So it's very balanced because, like I said, my 150-watt light that I have to plug it in, no battery powered, and then my 80-watt is battery powered, but it doesn't reach that 100-watt when I do need it. So this light is very simple. Sutefoto does have an RGB version of it that's slightly more expensive that will give you all the colors, but this Bi version is only warm and cool, which is, you know, convenient. That's all I need for videos anyways, right? So I have one dial in the back that will operate the strength of the light, and then the other dial on the left side is going to be warm and cool. It has an ability to give you some light effects, like it'll flicker for you, giving you like lighting effect or candlelight or TV in case you do need it for like any short films. So during weddings, I will have this light up on a tripod really high up there, so that way it's not blinding anybody. You don't want it to be face level and then you're blinding all the guests, right? You want it up really high on a tripod facing downwards so that a person isn't staring into the light and be bothered by it. I have had that happen to me once before. The customer was complaining, and I learned my lesson from that for sure. So there is an app called SS LED. It's a very simple app. All it really does is it changes your warm temperature to cool, and then it also brings the intensity down to 0%, and then you could bring it back up. So remember, you can't go beyond 80% or else it'll just shut down, but you could go below 80% and below. So, okay, baby, cool. My boy's trying to help me out. Okay. So what I do is I connect this together and I have it up on a tripod. When nothing is happening, I bring up my app, I bring the intensity down to 0, so that way all of a sudden when it's time for a first dance or speech or cake cutting or anything like that, I bust out my app and then I bring the intensity up and I have a light. So that way I don't have to run over there, bring the light down, turn it on and bring it up. I could just, you know, do it with my phone. So that's very convenient to have. So in the app, it also allows you to mess around with a couple of special effects like lightning and fire effect. Just kind of, it kind of flickers a little bit in and out. And you got some fireworks, right? And you get to mess around with the frequency, how often you want it to be up, and how strong you want the light to be. So I have, this whole time I have my light right next to my microphone, and you could tell that it's very quiet. And this is a Bowen mount. All my light mounts are Bowen mount. So it's universal. If you have one softbox that works with your other lights, it will also work with this light. So I'm so glad they keep it a Bowen mount. So that way you can get different brands and they all work together. So that's really cool. I also use this light for photography. So during the wedding that I shot just recently, my photographer was doing the photos. So instead of using an off-camera flash to get the photos for the sunset, I just used this light. I used it for myself for video, and then my photographer was able to also get some great photos from that angle using this light as well too. So for photography, for like sunset photos, awesome light to use. Alright, one of the cool features of this light is that it comes with a small, awesome bag. I love how small it is. So my other bag for the other lights, it's kind of big, it's really huge, but this one, they made it very compact. It's got a dish in there. With this dish, I definitely recommend getting a little soft cloth. This is very cheap on Amazon. I will put an Amazon link for this light and this little soft cover if you guys are interested in it. So that way, during weddings, I'm not using a big softbox to light my subject. I'm just using this tiny dish that it comes with a soft cloth on top of it, and you get nice lighting. It's very mobile, and that's what I really like about this light. Look at that. Boom. I love how that's perfect, right? Alright guys, so if you watched it all the way through, thank you so much for your support. Please go to cameratofreedom.com and hook me up with your email address so that way I can send you some free tutorials on videography, photography, drone, so that way you can use your camera to live a life of freedom. That's why I call it Camera to Freedom, right? This is our life. We get to have a life with our passion, right? We are so blessed to definitely get to live this life doing what we love to do. And being able to share it, that's what I love the most. Doing this for so long, over 20 years, my job now is to just share what I know, and hopefully someone could get something out of it. And that's a blessing in its own. All right, so I will have the Amazon link below for the light and the little soft cover. And if you guys did watch it all the way through, thank you so very much. Please leave a comment. Just say what's up. You got any kind of questions about video or photo? Let me know. Just say what's up. It definitely helps me out with the algorithm. So I do appreciate that so much, and I will see you next time.